Nested iteration refers to putting one loop inside the body of another loop. So we can do this with for loops or while loops. In this example, we have nested for loops. So you can see that our first for loop, the body starts right here on line 4. And then inside the body, we have another for loop. So this for loop right here, we say is nested inside of our outer for loop. So in this example, we are printing our multiplication facts 0 through 10. So you can see the output over here on the right. We are holding the left-hand number in the multiplication equation constant as we move through the numbers 0 through 10. And then we increase to the next number, and so on. So we're changing the right-hand number frequently, and we only change the left-hand number when we've gotten all the way up to 10 on the previous number. So to do that in our loops, we have our outer loop going 0 through 10 using the variable I, and then our inner loop also going 0 through 10 because we're printing our math facts 0 through 10. And then we are showing the output. So our outer loop variable I is on the left-hand side of the equation. So this 0 is coming from I, our outer loop variable, multiplying it by j, our inner loop variable. So you can see that j is changing quite frequently. And that's because whenever you have nested loops, the inner loop has to finish all of its iterations before you can loop back, do the increment, and check your Boolean expression. So the way that this works is I starts at 0, 0 is less than 10, so we move into our loop, and then we have to run all the iterations on this for loop. So j starts at 0, 0 is less than 10, so we print out our 0 times 0 math fact, and then we loop back to our inner for loop, add 1 to j, so j becomes 1, 1 is less than 10, so then we print out 0 times 1, so that's right here. Loop back, add 1 to j, and so on until j gets all the way up to 10. And then when we've printed 0 times 10, we add 1 to j. So j is 11. 11 is not less than or equal to 10. So we jump down to the bottom of this for loop, and that also happens to be the bottom of our outer for loop. So we come back up to the top of our outer for loop and add 1 to I. So then I becomes 1. 1 is less than or equal to 10. So then we move in, and when we start this inner for loop again, j is set back to 0. 0 is less than 10, so now we're printing 1 times 0. So that's this line of output here. So the key thing to remember with nested loops is that every time you start the inner loop, we start over with our initial value for our loop variable, and we have to run all the iterations of this inner loop before we can come back and do the increment or decrement for our outer loop.